One of the fundamental teachings and spiritual practices we teach in the IC School of Holistic Health is the rays of divine consciousness. And the rays of divine consciousness are vibrational frequencies that rebalance our spiritual DNA. We believe that our original DNA had 12 strands of consciousness, 12 strands of power and light, 12 spiritual aspects. And these aspects are still within us. Now we can see our DNA as the double helix with 2 strands. One of these strands contains the 12 frequencies, the original DNA frequencies. And these were at some point 12 separate strands coming together in the formation of a mandala. However, as it stands currently, our spiritual DNA is still within us and we can activate it through spiritual practice. The other strand of our current DNA, of the current double helix, is orientated towards survival, separation, and it is not original to our human self. Manipulation of the DNA that took place at the times of Atlantis created this imbalance for various reasons that I explain in the teaching. However, it is not about what happened in the past, but what we can do now. How we can, through spiritual practice and meditation with the frequencies of the rays of divine consciousness, accept, enliven, and reintegrate our spiritual DNA, and once more find the way back to the oneness that we are. The way we teach the practice of the rays is through a retreat. We practice ceremonies and initiations in sacred sites so we can become a channel of the rays of divine consciousness. And we then also practice karma purification so we can see what we carry in our body that we are now ready to release. Through the practice of the rays of divine consciousness, we become aware through bodily sensations that appear during the meditation time with the rays. And when we focus on these, we find the spiritual blocks that have been there, maybe even from this life, or maybe even from other lifetimes. And we become aware of what happened and how we can bring peace and closure to what is in our body and release it from ourselves. This is so important to do. We become aware of our own story of creation, how we are created, how the universe comes to be. The whole process of the universe expanding and contracting. The continuous journey of the soul into different realities and different worlds throughout time and space, and the existence of the consciousness outside time and space. This is a very powerful practice. Every month, we offer a transmission of the rays of divine consciousness to activate and rebalance our spiritual DNA, to bring us back to the state of oneness that is inherent in us. If you would like to know more about this spiritual teaching, please go onto our website where there is a lot of information about the rays of divine consciousness. And also, you could go to my book, The Golden Book of Wisdom, Ancient Spirituality and Shamanism for Modern Times, where there are 2 chapters that focus on the process of how the DNA from 12 strands came down to the 2 strands, the two strands of separation and oneness, and the gift of the rays of divine consciousness, which is our birthright. Thank you.